Welcome back to another episode of the Ambitious Journey podcast. I'm Drake.
Yo, I am Daharan Bivens.
Hey, and we here to catch you up on craziness of this week. Get you ready for the
Back
weekend.
at it.
You know, last episode we talked about election coming up, and here we are, still dealing with
it. Still, dude. I think we kind of said like right before recording. Well, you think it'll be a couple of weeks? I think what they said, like the earliest could be Friday.
So yeah, I think that was the main source until everything that kind of happened Wednesday afternoon. Basically, you know, everyone went to bed Tuesday night like, oh, Trump might win this. And then everyone woke up Wednesday like, oh, I think Biden might win this. And as Wednesday kind of went on, you kind of saw those mail-in votes that they counted in Michigan and Wisconsin. It took Biden from here to here and completely gave him the lead. And they've basically called the states for him. But Trump has now like filed lawsuits against those states because like I guess they couldn't see like the ballots and stuff like that. So they're basically claiming like fraud in those two states. So that's gonna take forever.
Oh yeah, because I know that they went ahead and called Wisconsin for him a moment ago, but they said it's only by like I don't know what it is now, but I saw somewhere it was like he was only up by like 1% at the time. Where but he has like a 200,000 vote lead in North Carolina, but they won't call that yet.
Yeah.
And then he's up in Georgia by like 400,000 or something like that, but they won't call that yet.
It's the same in Pennsylvania. He was up almost like 500,000.
Yeah. Like and they won't call that yet.
You're gonna get 500,000 mail-in votes all for Biden. Like
right.
Something might be up on that one.
Exactly.
Like I'm not off this.
Exactly. All of a sudden he just gets like, dude. And then also, so I watch Officer Tatum. But he talks about like, so he lives in Arizona and he says he thinks there's something off in Arizona because, so he's a Trump supporter, but he said that he believes that because he was like, you know, he kind of just like pays attention to the politics and stuff and blah, blah, blah. But he was like, they called Arizona so early for him. He was like, but there's still like melon stuff. Mm-hmm. But he was like, he's been out there. He was like, he doesn't see how Biden could have won Arizona. But yet they're calling it for him, so he believes that that's gonna flip back.
Yeah, actually, I've heard a lot of people say that because they called Aaron. Like, I tried to flip between as many like news channels as possible just to get different perspectives, and like every channel does it different when they decide to call a state, if you will, for the other candidate. So I noticed like CNN hadn't called it, but Fox News called Arizona for Biden. And like super early, and I was like, "There's like 73% of the votes." That's
exactly. Yeah, and it was so close too. Is the thing.
Yeah,
like it was still such a close one. Like it was
and couldn't call like Georgia, North Carolina, like Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
nobody knows. You can call Nevada. Like
exactly.
There's a lot of things that are just like, this is so dumb. Like our people deserve better. Tell us all to go vote, and this is what you give us.
Yeah, and on top of that, okay, you know how I said I was trying to avoid being at work during this? Like, okay, imagine if so I work on Friday. So imagine if they announce this on Friday. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm clocking out. I'm going to say, look, y'all do what y'all got to do. I'm clocking out. I will see y'all next weekend. Like, my life is not worth it. Like, or it's not worth putting my life on the line. Because I know if Trump wins that, you already saw there was already rallies on in Washington D.C. and somewhere else, but they were just already. I shouldn't say rallies. They were already protesting, like already gathering up and marching around. I think we didn't find out much of anything on Tuesday, so that's just already. It's like, see, I want no part of that at all.
Me neither. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though. We all know Kanye didn't win. We talked about last week, but it literally.
Yeah, I do know a dude, or I don't know if he was serious, but he posted on his story that he did vote for Kanye.
Oh, apparently in Tennessee, like he got like a good amount of votes, like almost like 10,000 votes.
Man, dude, okay, this had to be like
literally wasted their vote,
bro. That had to be like first time 18-year-olds. That just are like, oh, this will be funny.
And their job is like selling Yeezys for a living.
Yeah, like it's gotta be, dude. There's no way anybody was like serious and they walked in, they were like, Kanye.
I don't know, but as soon as Tuesday night happened, he conceded defeat for this election, and then posted
Who Kanye did?
yeah, but then he
Where'd
also
you even see this at?
Twitter. But he posted a tweet of it's like his face in front of like the U.S. map saying it's like Kanye 2024, already ready for the next election.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Back at it again with another L.
I will say I don't know if he's a troll or if he's just like a marketing genius, but he does know how to
like
self-promote himself. Yeah, a little bit of both, for sure. A little bit of both.
It blows my mind because I was like, bro, we got 4 years. We don't know who won this election. And
exactly. And you're talking about 2024. Mark me down. Watch, he's gonna. Well, I think he only ended up on what seven people's ballots or something like that. 7 states ballots.
Yeah.
So you can't be a serious contender on 7 ballots.
And also, like, we don't know who won yet, and so we don't know either way whoever wins if we're gonna make it to the next 4 years. so let's go ahead and pause.
No, dude, that's scary to think about because
it's so true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Democrats as a whole have a poor agenda, but I do think Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have a poor agenda. But not all of them as a whole, though, because there's some people over there with some great ideas that really want to do some good, or they're kind of like are still, I guess, fundamentalists to the Democratic, I guess, beliefs as far as trying to be for the working man and, the common person. But it's scary because I think, and I grew to be into this position. Like I didn't start off in this position, like supporting Trump, but I think he does make us on a national stage. He just makes us look like, though we do look a little silly sometimes with some of that Twitter stuff. He makes us look like, hey, we're not just going to take anybody's BS. Like we're not just going to just like cover up for everybody and pay for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna have a relationship together, it's gonna be a mutual one that's beneficial to both sides.
I think it's gonna be interesting though, because no matter what, if Biden ends up winning, they're gonna have president, House, and Senate.
Oh yeah, because I think they lead in the House right now too, right? Last time I saw the Republicans were leading the Senate, but that was like what 48 to 46 or something like that.
Yeah. But so, I mean, also, on the other side, like Trump wins, so you have Republican president, and then Democrat Senate and House. Like,
yeah. Well, I guess that's what we kind of got right now, kinda. No, it is. Yeah, that's what we have. So like, what Congress is Nancy Pelosi, and then but the Senate is Mitch McConnell. So. It's Republican controlled, and then the House is Democratic controlled. So that's why we don't have any money right now. That's why there's no COVID stimulus part 2 for that exact reason.
Speaking of no money, who's going to have no money is the state of Oregon when they have to pay all of their EMTs and.
Oh yeah, dude, you kind of told me about this earlier. All right, yeah. Explain to people what's up.
So Oregon became the first U.S. state to decriminalize possession of all drugs. And I did not stutter when I said all. Literally.
Say like, so
cocaine,
you mean
heroin, meth, all for personal use. Like that's like includes like shrooms and everything.
Yeah.
Like any.
Okay, but here's my thing, bro. So are they also going to like let people out of jail that they have in jail for that too?
That's a great question, because I would be madder than hell if I was stuck in jail. And
I'm causing a riot. Like oh boy, you could not put me back in my cell that day. Like unless you just sedate me and throw me in. Dude, there's no way I'm going back. If I read that on the TV and I know what I'm in here for, deals with that. My first question is, hey, so what day does this go into effect? Like when do we start this? And then. So that means I'm getting out the day before that, like midnight that day.
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, we got problems.
Yeah, big problems.
Because like
it's gonna be interesting though. But I mean, I got a buddy that lives in Portland, and he said like their homeless population is already super bad.
And, it's insane.
And so
I've seen that.
He said like he basically expects like the city to be like regretting this decision once they see like needles and everything all over the ground.
Because do they say like what? I don't know if you saw like what's the benefit of doing this, or
I couldn't think of any, and I haven't seen any yet. I just don't see I don't see this going over too well.
My only thing would be is them saying, like, I guess they saw how well, like marijuana did.
Yeah,
Maybe
but that's a little
question
different.
mark.
But that's a little different.
Yeah, because that's way different. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, because I don't know, because I'm just thinking like, is it worth your state making money for you to just have a bunch of junkies running around?
And not even just that, like
Like,
people are gonna still sell it illegally.
oh yeah, but I mean, like, what are you trying to do? Just hurt the middleman or the guy that's trying to make a couple of dollars to like? I mean, I guess it eliminates
I don't know.
people dying from like bad drugs. But then at the same time, why wouldn't you just put that same money into helping people get off of drugs?
Yeah, exactly. Like why is there not like rehab centers going up and
Yeah. Well,
like
I think they do have. If I'm not mistaken, they are a place that you can go in and get like a certain amount of meth for like personal use for those people that are trying to be like weaned off or like yeah, you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they already have that. So it's like, but why not just up the efforts as far as like then getting those people, psychological help in there, and then trying to have them find other outlets, like different hobbies that replaces the drug. Why would you stick with?
Maybe this is like reverse psychology. Maybe they're literally saying like, hey, now you can do it, and like hoping nobody does.
Yeah, because the intrigue. Okay, Rogan talked about that before. He was like, part of it is like the intrigue of that you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, here's the risky part. Now you're going to just have kids that are what, 16, 17, that are stupid, 15, 14,
Saw
that are
Big
just
Brother
like,
just once.
yeah, you know what I mean? And then now they're hooked, and then they turn into a bunch of junkies. Like, well, I would love to see like the idea behind this. Because right now, to me, I mean, it makes no sense.
Yeah, same. That's why
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, is this real?
Well, that's also what that state also went to Biden, so I mean that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, but still.
um, there was something. Oh yeah. Okay, kind of switching gears a little bit. So have you kept up with like the Tory Lanez and like Meg the Stallion stuff at all?
So I did when it first happened, just due to the fact that like every time I think of Tory Lanez, I think about that freestyle he had where he stood up and he was the same height. but, but so like I like Tory Lanez music. Like I like
super
I like
dope.
a lot of it, but I kept up with it just because it was intriguing. Like obviously that's not something you just throw around that somebody did. So like if it really happened, like he's back in Canada for life.
Oh yeah,
And if
literally
not,
life.
yeah. And if it didn't happen, then like she's got to go because that's just like clout chasing.
Yeah. Well, see, so he kind of. So for anybody that doesn't know about this situation, so Tory Lanez is a rapper, and Meg the Stallion is also a rapper, and nobody knows if they were officially dating or not. But they had, let's just say, they were hanging out, okay, and so then they were at the Kylie Jenner's house,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow a firearm went off, and it was reported from Meg the Stallion that she was hit in the foot, but a doctor's report shows that I mean she did sustain injuries, but there was no torn like in-depth tissue and no broken bones. So, but she was shot through both feet, according to her.
But
And
so you're saying the doctor said there's no entry or exit wound.
yes, no internal injuries as far as all flesh, basically.
Yeah.
So she could have been grazed, but according to her, it was. She told the police initially that she had stepped on glass. She said she did that to protect Tory because she didn't want him to go to jail, or she didn't want another unarmed black man to be killed or something. But I'm like, if he just shot you, how's he unarmed? One, two. Why would you? Why would you care if somebody just shot you?
And I don't want you to go to jail. You just shot me. It's all good.
Yeah, it's just a lot of weird stuff. And so Tory Lanez is trying to defend himself. He made the album, and some people felt kind of indifferent about that.
A lot of
But
people felt a lot of ways about that.
yeah, and he tried to explain himself. I get it. I get why he did that because he's an artist, and that's his outlet is expressing himself through music. But so then Tom goes on with, and she says that he's been lying on to like outlets and blogs and stuff, saying that like he didn't do it, and so she called him out by name. So if you look at like the police report, it doesn't say that it says that he had no gun residue on him when he was taken to jail, like because he was taken to jail right after the incident. No gun residue, no signs of him discharging a firearm, or I think he got arrested for possessing or having a firearm there, but I don't know if it says that he's in possession of the firearm. It's just that it was a firearm. So I forgot. I'll have to look at that again. So basically, he says that like he said it wasn't me and it wasn't so and so and it wasn't so and so, and she didn't shoot herself. So the only other person that's left there, I believe it was his bodyguard and her other friend. And so everybody was like, well, if you're saying it's not all of these people, then it's got to be this person or that person. But Tory went on his IG live, trying to explain, and he basically gave the whole rundown again, saying the same thing, like, look, I can't really say, but I'm saying it wasn't me, and it wasn't that person, and it wasn't that person.
Yeah. So
you figure out from there,
yeah,
who it is. And so, but she's like so adamant about that it was him. And so I kind of made a statement on this before, like in a video, about how she said that she was shot from behind.
That's what I was about to say. She said she was shot from behind.
Yeah. And I'm like, so how do you know who shot you, one? I mean, I could see if you turned around, like after you were shot, like you turned around and you looked, and then you saw the person with with the gun in their hand. But okay, but that would mean he would have to have gun residue on him.
Mm-hmm.
And if we believe the police did the right thing, they would have had gun residue on him. They would have put that into the report. But they specifically put no gun residue is found on him. There's no way to discharge a firearm and not have gunpowder residue. It just doesn't work that way.
The question.
So like, I don't know. What do you think though, bro? Do you think?
I don't know. I thought the same thing. Like, it just makes no sense. There's a lot of things that just don't add up with the situation. But
yeah,
the things that have first come to my mind are, obviously we have seen a rapper get arrested and snitch on everybody recently in Rat 6ix9ine.
His name. You said his name?
Yeah, I did.
What a bum! Not kidding. Not you, Kim.
Yeah, no, he really is a bum though. But
yes. Oh my god! I feel like he's doing anything. And hold on, I want to take a drink of water. But look, go ahead, bro. Finish your thing.
The first thing obviously comes to mind is that's what 6ix9ine did. Told everyone. Tory's kind of beating around the bush, like, hey, it's not this, it's not me, but left a couple people that like should be being tried and questioned at this point.
Yeah, we're like, but you should look at them.
yeah. And so, I mean, it's not the same thing, obviously, because he's not directly saying, hey, this is who did it. But
right.
You see, like, hey, his career could be on the line here.
I mean, dude, okay, if I'm him, if I know I didn't do it, as much as I would want to hold everybody down and be like, I never told, you're not about to ruin my career just so you can walk around and I can say I was real, I held it down.
Yeah. Well,
you should be a real one and say, yo, I did it.
Well, especially because at the end of the day, like, this is not somebody's going to jail for life situation. You shot somebody in the foot.
Mm-mm. Exactly.
And so, like,
I mean, I think they said he was looking at. Well, I think they said he was looking at like 22 years though, if he was shot and everything.
Whoever did it, Tory could take care of their family for 22 years.
Right. He's like, look, just go ahead and take the fall. Or even if he should have a fall guy, even if he did do it. Yeah. I know that sounds terrible.
No, but like, when you got that much money, there's no way you should be taking blame for anything.
Yeah, you got security around you. All those people that are in your entourage, like somebody's got to be in this. Somebody's got to be there to take the fall. For instance, like, they kind of talked about that, like with Juice WRLD, as to like why he died. They were like, there's no way he should have ever been in that situation. Like, there should have been a guy on that plane that if you're gonna have this many drugs, he's the fall guy. He's taking this fall no matter what. Like, I would imagine Tory Lanez is way bigger than Juice WRLD. Like,
ooh, I don't know. The kids love
What, dude? His career was longer, was and is longer, and Tory Lanez has hit #1 on the charts before. Juice WRLD never hit #1.
I think his whole album was up there once he passed away, but we all know how that goes. That's a different story.
I mean, yeah. Posthumous, yeah.
But I feel like high school, college, like early college kids and like that like TikTok world, I feel like they love Juice WRLD.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm not saying that I'm saying he was big. I feel like
that moves the needle more than the streets does, I feel like, these days.
I mean, yeah, but when you still look at like Tory Lanez is still bigger. Like if they would have, they both got a chance to tour. I would love to see like the numbers on Tory Lanez's tour versus Juice WRLD's tour. I guarantee there was at least 3 to 4 more cities with at least 100,000 more people at the show.
As bad as this may sound, I still think of Tory Lanez as somebody that could open up for somebody.
Now you're just being disrespectful, bro. He's not. What, you think he's just an open up artist? Just opening?
Not just an open up artist. I'm not saying he's not selling out. He's not selling out the Garden or nothing. But
Tory Lanez, bro. No, you need to look this man up. Yes, Tory Lanez will sell out the Garden easy.
I'm not easy, bro. No way.
Tory Lanez. Say it, Tory Lanez.
Dude, I know. I like Tory Lanez music. There's no way that.
See, bro, what? Okay, I mean, you that's way too disrespectful. No, bro. Tory Lanez is easily selling out the Garden. Now, is it for a bunch of nights? I don't know. I'll give him 2 though, like a Friday, Saturday. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know if he can do a Thursday through Sunday.
I mean, he definitely has hits.
Yeah, no kidding. And you're calling him an opening artist.
Just for some reason in my head, I think that like that's just where he could fall into and be successful.
That's what I was gonna say earlier too. So just to kind of revert back a little bit, we said like who do we say? Oh, 6ix9ine. So yeah, Tory Lanez is not doing what 6ix9ine did as far as like the snitching and so forth.
I don't think he will either.
But see, like another problem that I have, like kind of just with 6ix9ine, because I don't want him to be, I don't want Tory Lanez to be put into that same light, is because 6ix9ine knew what he was getting himself into, and he chose that lifestyle. And now I think he's just doing anything to stay relevant. You know what I mean? And
he definitely sold out to get to even become relevant in the first place.
Yeah, dude.
And then so him selling out again was not really a surprise.
Yeah, and like I know he I liked his plan at first, what he said, where he went overseas first to get big, and then he tried to come back to the U.S. after. That's smart, but it's like, but then why did you do the whole gang thing to try to get big, like to get credit? You know what I mean? And why you sell everybody out?
And you knew where that was going to take you. That's not a road you want to take.
Like especially if you don't come from that.
Yeah,
you cannot. There's some real life tough guys out there and people that are really about what they talk about. And he tried to involve himself with people that were known throughout the industry as being those guys. And it's like, what's that guy named? His manager, Shotty?
Yeah.
He was well known, dude. And it's like, so you already knew what you were getting into. It wasn't as if you're like, oh, I never knew he did. No, you knew. Yeah, everybody around him knew.
You knew what you were doing.
Exactly. Like, so it's just, but another guy kind of put into that same vein. I kind of told you about him earlier, but Lil Pump.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he does anything to kind of just be relevant. He didn't snitch, like he's not in this situation. But
I honestly before this like last maybe like couple months, I forgot Lil Pump existed.
Bro, yes. Well, go ahead.
He had a big run, obviously, like the Let's Get It movement and all those kind of things. And like, but like, like he's just so stupid. And like there was that like 6 to 8 month frame with the like Lil whatevers where like just popping up out of nowhere and just making music.
Dude, I remember who was it? Joe Budden was talking about that, and he said Lil Febreze, like just being funny.
Yeah.
And a guy like with a blue check mark, like question. He was like, "Yo, you got to chill talking about me like that." And he was like, There's actually a Lil Febreze. He was on SoundCloud.
Oh
Like
my.
it's crazy, bro. But yeah, like Lil, just kind of going back, Lil Pump though, he definitely like. I never listened to his music to begin with. Well, I should say never. Like Gucci Gang, that the beat in that song itself is just what makes me like want to listen to it. But outside of that, I can't give you another song by him. And so it's like I know his name just because of like you said, that hot run that he had.
Mm-hmm.
But like other than that, I put all those guys like from that little class are all in that same kind of little bubble of like do whatever I can to just like be relevant so like people can see me. Like I just want to be seen. And it's like, dude, what do you want to be known for? Yeah, it's you know what I mean? It loses I feel like you lose yourself in that. You lose your integrity just to stay relevant.
Well, and J. Cole kind of addressed that when he
Mm-hmm.
several times
Mm-hmm.
because like
He even kind of encouraged them. He said, "Yo, get your money while you're here."
yeah,
Yeah, I salute for what you're doing, but I mean, you're compromising yourself. What was the album called? KOD.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I was just like, Cole's been around for a minute for a while for a reason, and like not a fluke.
Yeah,
So
yeah, speaking of music, still though, have you do you listen to any Benny the Butcher?
not familiar.
Yeah, okay, so like,
You put me on game.
oh yeah, so what's a song that I would tell you 18 Wheeler, and then All Kings Will Be Crowned. Those two songs have to be like probably my favorite from Benny the Butcher. T- to put into perspective, like what he is, what is it called? Boobap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like that old like '90s New York sound.
Yeah, I love that
Except,
sound.
okay, except he's from New York. Okay, I don't really like that sound.
Do
Well,
you mean that like he's from New York? Is that what you're saying? Or he's
yeah, well, he's from Buffalo, New York.
okay?
Uh, and like, but it's that old boobap sound. Boobap is like the New York City, like you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but he gives you like that old school feel. And I accidentally came across him on freaking Vlad TV,
Hmm.
and like, I hate kind of supporting Vlad, just, but at the same time, he puts me up on like some good people. I'm like, dang, okay, guess
Yeah.
I gotta watch it, but I'm not subscribing.
Yeah, before we change the topic of music, though, I do the funniest thing I've seen probably in music is the fact that Ty Dolla $ign, his new album
Mhm.
is the name of the album is
Featuring
featuring
Ty Dolla
Ty Dolla
$ign.
$ign.
Dude, I love that so much. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Literally any song he's featured on, it slaps. Like
Yeah, oh
it's
yeah.
so good.
Him. Okay, he's a feature god. I think another person I put into that same realm, Young Thug,
Yeah.
feature god, bro.
Yep.
Like it's you put Young Thug on just about any feature. It doesn't even matter what he says, bro. It's going to that next level.
You can barely understand what he says.
Exactly.
But it's still gonna hit.
You got it hit. So yeah, no, I haven't listened to that, but I heard it was like what, like 25 songs or something like that.
Pretty long. I tried to save it
Mhm.
on my Spotify before I hopped on my flight a couple weeks ago, and it only saved like 5 or 6 songs before I took off. So I only got to listen to a handful, and then
Yeah.
I wasn't overly impressed, so I haven't gone back to listen to all of them yet. So it doesn't live up to the name featuring Ty Dolla $ign. That's for sure. And all of his features are so good. Like it was
Well,
like
apparently. Go ahead.
it was like any feature he touched.
Oh yeah,
It's,
it goes.
it's just charting.
He apparently though I think he dropped this but he said he's gonna be putting out an album like the first of the year too. So I think this was kind of like yeah, like this is what I'm coming with, I guess, or maybe just some songs he just tried to like unload. But yeah, oh yeah, just kind of finishing that up about Benny the Butcher, dude. So yeah, like just when you go to listen to him, keep that in mind, like that kind of Nas type sound is what I kind of equate it to. Also, his beat selection sometimes can be like Nas. Terrible. And I'm just like, why'd you do that? But the bars are there though.
Good to know. I'm gonna definitely hop on that since this
Yeah.
podcast is over. I'm all about new music, and any of the listeners, if they have
Mhm.
recommendations, please send them to us because
Oh yeah.
We'll happily listen and happily review. And if it's
Oh
trash,
yeah.
the whole world will know that you gave us trash music.
Dude, I found myself just like randomly looking through like the music categories on YouTube, just flipping. And it's like it's so many people out there. And I'm like, I could never actually like listen to all these people.
Yeah, facts.
You know, because it's like a new person every day. But you gotta find like that lane that you like, if that makes sense. Um
So many, bro. And I feel like now everyone is like, especially with like TikTok stuff like that, like everyone's trying to just be that like one hit wonder.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I will say. Oh, while I'm kind of telling you about music. Oh, I already know. I was about to look him up, but I don't even have to. Another guy I think you would like if you kind of like. Do you like R&B type music?
Yeah.
Lucky Day.
Like spelled how it sounds.
Yeah. Except the day has an E at the end too, so it's Daye.
Big bet.
But yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, that dude right there. He's gonna be one of those people. Have you heard like Giveon at all?
Mm-mm.
Dang, Jake, where you been at, bro?
I've been hiding under a rock for a while.
Jeez. Okay. Well, so like, all right. So Giveon and Lucky Day probably have to be like the two hottest like R&B males coming up. Like, okay, so you know the song "Chicago Freestyle" by Drake.
Mm-hmm.
That's Giveon, the guy that's singing.
Then yes, I know who that is.
Okay, so yeah, so like he has an EP, like "Heartbreak Anniversary." Well, when I first heard that song, I was like, I'm not even going through anything. I'm in a very happy relationship, but I feel like I am. Dude, it's just something about his voice. Like he's so unique. Because it's like how he sounds. You wouldn't think it's gonna like the notes he hits. Like you wouldn't think he's about to be able to. And it's just like he's super smooth. But like him and Lucky Day are like some of the two like upcoming guys. And they just have a really unique sound. But like I click on both of them though, and you just find all these other people.
That is so similar.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, where are these people coming from? And also, why was I never this talented?
Yeah, dude. Hey, we got to put all these people on game though, especially myself, apparently. So, but dude, something that's kind of crazy, just switching up. You know, I know we talked a little sports last time.
Yeah.
You see COVID making a run through football again?
Oh, bro, what was it? Didn't they've canceled what 4 games so far this season?
A lot, but
yeah,
most recent, Thursday night football game is supposed to be Packers and 49ers, but Wednesday afternoon the 49ers closed their facility due to COVID.
Really? Okay, so, I did not see that.
Probably not going to have Thursday night football, unfortunately.
Yeah, because what happened to the Titans and the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm. It happened to the Titans and Steelers game, and then
so we're not.
No, it was the Titans Steelers game that happened.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
They moved that one back. There's been like several college games. Wisconsin canceled last week, and they canceled again this week.
Well, okay. See, my thing with the Big Ten is I think they're playing around with those guys anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because like only reason why they're playing right now is because they put that lawsuit. Like the players had a lawsuit against.
They got bullied. They got bullied into playing.
Exactly. And they were like, "All right, sure," but then we'll just start canceling games. And I think that's what they're doing to those guys.
Dude,
they're saying it's like in their best interest.
Protocol's 21 days. If you get
like
you got 21 days. Are you kidding me?
What is that? That's 2 games, possibly 3, depending on what day it is.
Yeah, and depending on when you test.
Yeah, like that. They're robbing those guys of a season, and they're trying to say it's in their best interest. It's like, dude, you're letting all these other guys play. But all these other, like, and then they still have to be around those guys. I know they keep saying this quarantine. If it's anything like here at MTSU, they're still going to class.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't care if you told them, like, to quarantine. They still have, there's certain appearances that they have to make. And or they have to make it up. So it's like, I don't know. They're putting them in a really unfair situation, I believe. And I think it's going to affect this upcoming like NFL draft to where I don't even know how do you project people this year?
Yeah,
how do you even go about picking them?
most of them, it seems like it's going to be based off last season, especially those players that like opted out. Like the players that opted out, it's all definitely that's the only option you have is like.
Oh yeah.
And then like you're gonna have to probably like zoom in a workout and like get them to post a camera up in
Did
the
you
gym.
say zoom in a workout?
Yeah, like you're gonna have
Dude, you know what? I would just send him my highlight tape and be like, you figure it out.
for real though.
Like, I'm not doing no workout over Zoom.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen. The NFL Combine gonna be sponsored by Zoom this year.
Honestly, also, just kind of thinking about the draft, that Waddle dude, how he tore was that Alabama receiver?
Yeah,
I think he tore his ACL too. Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure that it was both of those. And you got to think that dude was. I'm almost positive he was going to be the first receiver taken. Like,
probably.
almost positive.
Probably.
And now that dude is – wait. It was him, right? Waddle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to – for some reason, who was that was there the year before that just went to the league?
Like Jerry Jeudy and Ruggs.
Ah, yes, dude. Jerry Jeudy is nasty. But sometimes I get those two, like, kind of confused because they're both, like, so fast and such good route runners. Like, I honestly feel like you could almost put, like a mirror image of them, like, like both of them running, and it would look almost exactly the same. Like, they're both just absolute freaks.
So Ruggs and Jeudy are the receivers that left from Bama last year that both went first round.
Okay.
And they say that Waddle is like a combination of both.
Really?
So it's like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that is. Like,
also, like, he wouldn't have got hurt if he wouldn't have taken that kick out of the end zone.
Oh, is that what happened? I didn't see it happen. I just saw the injury update.
Very beginning of the game, like, kick was like kind of deep in the end zone and decided to take it out. And then
can you blame him though, bro? He was trying to get freaky out there. He was trying to add to the highlight reel.
You played Tennessee, bro. You were gonna win by 100.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I'm trying to embarrass them though. I mean, I'm trying to. If I would have received it in the stands, I'm trying to take it from the top bleacher. That's my exact thing. Oh, it's Tennessee. I'm about to show out. Like, can't nobody out here stop me. I might have 500 by halftime.
Maybe.
That's my thinking. So I can't really blame him for being like, let's take it from the back. Pause. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, but I think he's still probably his first receiver picked, to be real, because like he's gonna have a lot of time to recover.
You said if they have the draft in March, you think he's the first?
Yeah, I mean, because he's gonna be healed by February.
ACL, but it's November.
Okay.
No, ain't no. They got the world class doctors up there, but can nobody fast forward an ACL?
Bro, first ACL is not confirmed. Secondly, the 4 month, 5 months recovery period, he's in the way. Because especially by the time he's drafted, workouts aren't going to start until late April, early May.
But my thing is, who's taking him off of an ACL injury right away?
I think anybody does.
No, dude. I do not think he's still one of the first ones taken. I think he's looking at 4th, 5th round.
I don't think so.
You still think he's going in the first round,
coming
off of an ACL and possible ACL injury and a broken ankle?
Yeah.
No. What?
Bro, today's teams, today's doctors, they're going to get it taken care of. He has 7 months to recover before there's even needs to be in playing football?
No. He has 7 months to get in shape. He really has 5 months to get in shape and then 7 months to be in pads. That's insane to ask.
Yeah. I mean, he might not play a lot his first year, but I mean, I would still take him knowing that you have him.
But now you're going to have a guy sitting on your bench like that you put money into. Are you really paying him first round money?
That's a great question.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
end of first round money, I get it is a lot. But end of first round money is a lot less than beginning of first round money.
Yeah, but why not even get him for cheap in the 4th? I'm not trying to I'm not for undercutting players' value, but I am thinking about it from a business aspect though. You're like, okay, no offense to him, but it's damaged goods.
That's fair. But I think he's
And
on the. I think he's on the field for season start next year, ready to go.
no, okay. What? Who do we just see? Who's the person that just had an ACL injury that we can look to? Any sport.
I was gonna say there's been a lot of them, but I mean,
I can't think of anybody right off my head.
no,
I know that they've gotten some people down to 12 weeks of being able to be back and running. So that's 3 months, roughly. So
I know Marcus Stroman, the pitcher, when he was in Toronto, tore his ACL and he was back out in 6 weeks pitching.
That don't count.
Yeah, no, it's not football.
That doesn't count. He don't got anybody trying to blow his knee out every other play. I think I know. So healthily, they can have them out 12 weeks. Like, hey, you're out running, you're out doing your thing, blah blah blah. And you can have like some equipment and light contact, maybe.
So, I mean, that's only 2 months.
Yeah. But that's pushing it though.
Okay, so give him another month. He's doing that in February. He's at
November. Ready to go. So November, if he already had the surgery, if he has that and he already had the surgery, November, December, January. Okay, out in February. But then you said the workouts are typically in March, right? Right around March,
end of February, early March, somewhere in there.
Okay, right in there. But that's if you're him, are you really going to a workout? But teams want to see you work out there. They're going to say, for first round money, I need to see you.
Well, he'll just go to the combine. He'll go to the combine.
I wouldn't even do it. I'm not.
I wouldn't do it, but I think he will.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he will either, because he's going to have somebody that's going to say, look, you lost your first round. It's okay. We're going to bounce back after this. You're going to get fourth round money, and then we're going to ride this contract out for 3 to 4 years and just put up numbers. And we're going to get you what you should have been owed plus what you are now worth. And then we'll just work from there.
Biggest thing with that is if he falls, whoever gets him is getting a steal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. The kid is dirty.
I'm telling you right now, you just made me envision of the New England Patriots getting Trevor Lawrence and Waddle next year's draft.
That's filthy.
Yeah, that would be so.
Wait, a good example of this, Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Dallas got him for the low. Well, because he got hurt like going into like his free agency year or like something like that.
Yeah, but also John Gruden was just trying to sell the house so he could have enough draft picks when they moved to Vegas, because they traded Khalil Mack that year too.
Yeah, that's right. But you see what I'm saying? Like, but I just think you kind of got some stuff to look at that'll say like, I don't know. I don't see first round happening for him. As sad as that is, I know he probably thought like since he was a kid, like, yeah, I'm gonna be first round, but I just can't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, we'll have to regroup on this.
Yeah.
Beginning next year, because we'll see who's right and see who's wrong. But
yeah,
but hey, football is gonna be big this weekend.
I was gonna say, yeah. Who do you have kind of going to the Super Bowl from what you've seen so far?
I really, really honestly like the Steelers to win based off that defense. I think they'll be able to take care of Kansas City. I think that's going to be one of the best games we've ever seen. It's going to be a chess match, bro.
Wait, who'd you say?
Steelers.
You have them win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
So,
hot take. Heard it here first.
Yeah, I mean, true. But, I mean, biggest thing, I think Kansas City's the best team in the league, hands down.
Okay.
And if anybody's going to two-peat, it's going to be them. Back-to-back, it's going to be them. But I think last year
that's both AFC.
Yes. I think obviously Seattle has the offense to kind of do anything to anybody in the NFC.
Right.
But I don't know. Their defense is trash.
Well, also the Packers could give them a good run too, though.
Yeah, the Packers just lost to the 1-5 Vikings, though.
It happens, bro.
At home?
It happens.
You let a running back touch the ball 30 times. He had 4 touchdowns on you. You have no run defense.
Oh, is that what happened? I didn't
Dalvin Cook ate them up. So that's the only thing.
Sometimes the team just has your number, but that doesn't mean that's not okay. That can't translate to like what happens down the stretch. Aaron Rodgers has been there before, bro. He knows how to win to make them go deep into the playoffs.
They didn't get any help with this trade deadline, though. They could have gotten Will Fuller from Houston, and they didn't. He has the least amount of like touchdown passes to first round draft picks. It's not even funny.
I feel like they're trying to copy Brady, or in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like
having those no name receivers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just I can win with anybody, but it's like but you don't have Bill Belichick, so.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I mean, I think AFC Championship game, Steelers, Chiefs. I think winner of that wins it, but I think the Steelers can take it. Last year we saw the Steelers have a pretty bad season for Steelers standards, but all they needed was a quarterback to just play decent. Big Ben is not playing great, but he's playing decent. And
no, it's their defense that's winning games. I watched that game with them against the Ravens, and I was like,
no, that's exactly
holy crap. That's what's keeping them in this.
But now they're able to stop teams, but they're also able to score. Last year they couldn't score.
I'm not a believer in Big Ben, bro.
I'm not either. I'm saying he's playing decent. I'm not saying he's playing decent enough. That's all he needs to do. Juju can get
for a deep playoff run. You think he just has to play decent?
Yeah, because that defense will just.
But what's the odds of them playing that well against Lamar Jackson again?
I mean, we'll find out. They're gonna have to do it on Thanksgiving.
I don't see it, dude. The odds of him having, because they fumbled the ball 5 or 6 times that game.
So imagine, but weather conditions. It was raining all day.
Right, but I'm saying what's the odds of all this playing again? And they only beat them by 4 points. And the Ravens were in on a drop touchdown pass.
I'm not going to doubt Mike Tomlin. Tomlin is one of the best coaches.
Come on, man. They were down. Even with all that, they were still down to the Ravens, and they came back. So it's like, I don't know, man. So my thing is, I have I kind of had Tennessee in the mix there for a minute. I don't know if they go to the Super Bowl. I kind of have probably what I would want to see. This is what I would want to see probably. Though I'm an Eagles fan, our dream is gone. I would want to see the Seahawks and the Ravens. I believe that would be a fun Super Bowl to watch.
That would be a shootout.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't mind seeing the Chiefs and the Ravens too, but I want Lamar to get a chance in the Super Bowl.
Chiefs and Seahawks? Chiefs and Ravens would both be AFC.
You said Chiefs and Ravens? Oh, yeah. Wait, no. Yeah. See, no. Wait, no. Switch it around. I said it right then the first time. I want the Ravens and the Seahawks.
Okay.
I think that would be the most fun. I do want to see the Chiefs and the Ravens in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good game. I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the way that they play on that Monday night game. I think that Lamar and the Ravens can bounce back and make it more competitive. Mm-hmm, but that Kansas City offense is literally taking a bunch of middle school kids, taking them out to the third grade recess, and then playing backyard football.
I'm saying, yeah, let's get it. Well, see, if you can eliminate, I know this sounds way easier said than done, but if you can eliminate Tyreek Hill some kind of way,
but then Travis Kelce, Mecole Hardman, now you have Le'Veon Bell and
but here's my thing. I can try to beat me with Travis Kelce. Try. Now, Le'Veon, that makes it harder, but it's back to Pittsburgh again, how they ran before when they had Le'Veon. So it's
but he's a good receiving back.
But that doesn't – what I'm saying is they were stopped in. They didn't win one then. So what defense was incorporated then? You see what I'm saying?
But they had Roethlisberger at quarterback. This is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. But I'm still – look, I know I'm saying it way easier than it will actually be, but I don't think it's impossible.
Okay.
I mean, look.
I don't think it's impossible, but I think the Chiefs are better than the Ravens.
All they did was add Le'Veon. That's it.
And they already did beat them by a good amount of points.
But I'm saying, look, what they do last season, who they ended up losing to the Titans, right?
The Ravens?
No, the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yes. The Chiefs in the regular season you're talking about?
No, okay, no. They won the Super Bowl last year, yes?
Correct.
The year before that, they lost to the Rams?
No, they lost to the Patriots off of the the offsides. They got the offsides. And
okay. No, not this was in the AFC Championship?
Yeah.
Okay. When did they play the Rams for the AFC Championship?
Rams are in the NFC, dog.
Dude, what am I talking about?
That's a
You
great
remember
question.
that game? Oh, never mind.
You're talking about the
Side
Monday
note.
Night Football game.
Yes. And everybody was like, "Oh, this is like the Super Bowl." Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In my head, my bad.
Hey, it was like a Super Bowl though, because
Yeah,
it was
but
like a million points scored.
Exactly. But I think that was a great representation of like slowing them down a little bit. Though you had to keep up with them in points, it was still a way of kind of like halting them. Now, obviously, I mean, they've grown a lot since then, but I don't know of any other significant pieces that they've added besides Le'Veon. And we saw when he went to the Jets. Woohoo.
What's the Jets, though?
Look, he had a chance to shine, and he didn't. He just was very, very. You're like, okay. I mean, I've seen you do better.
Well, the thing with the Jets is like you have to look at offensive line is terrible. 2, I could name you one Jets receiver, and that's because he was really good at University of Miami, and I followed his career. He was in New England first, and then went to the Jets. But other than that,
who's their quarterback right now? That
Sam Darnold. And then when Darnold gets hurt, they have Joe Flacco. So you have nobody to worry about on that offense for the Jets. So like literally, it's like
has a concussion.
Where's Le'Veon? So like in Kansas City, it's where's Kelsey? Where's Hardman? Where's Tyreek Hill? Where's Mahomes not looking? Where's he throwing the ball? Like you don't know what's gonna happen. And then they have that Clyde Edwards-Helaire kid from LSU they drafted, who's had a pretty good year too. So like they have fresh backs because they can alternate running backs at this point. That offense is something.
But okay, you're making it seem like they're just gonna just easily just try to pick apart.
Yeah,
with that offense. No, that's not gonna happen. Everybody's seeing this play out. Everybody's watching this film.
Dude, they scored too many points for other teams to keep up. Mahomes, since he became the starter, averages 32 points a game. That's like 4.5 touchdowns.
No, I'm just thinking like I get that, and I do see him being favored to repeat. If I'm looking at that Ravens defense, it's nasty, and they're figuring some stuff out.
I think it's nasty, but I think the Steelers defense is better than the Ravens defense.
Yeah, but either way you cut it, that both of those defenses are both very capable of stopping the Chiefs, whichever team you pick. So I don't think what I'm saying is I don't think you'll just blow through these guys like how you're saying like the Chiefs are basically about to walk in and put up 70.
Dude, they put up so many on the Ravens on Monday night though. That's why I was like,
I mean, I just think I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm not trying to like discredit them at all or try to even sound too silly. Like, definitely, I think the Chiefs have to be the favorite in going back to the Super Bowl. But I just think they're going to have a lot tougher time this time around than they did last time, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. I think they're going to have to treat the Steelers defense like they did the Ravens defense if they play them, or if they play the Ravens again, they're going to just hope – they're going to have to hope that Harbaugh doesn't make the good adjustments like a normal good coach would do.
Yeah, I also hate Andy Reid, or I shouldn't say hate. I just dislike him a lot. He never brought a championship to the Eagles, and we had everything working. So I don't get why.
Was he there when you had Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson, yes, but Mike Vick, no. I think he left right then.
Okay.
Because he left right after we lost the Super Bowl. Pretty sure it was the next year he left.
Is that the McNabb TO year?
Uh-huh. What was that? So like 2009, 2008, something like that. Way back then. So yeah. But I was just upset. TO came back after having a broken leg. He gave it his all. Andy Reid, what did he give us? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. And
dude, it's so sad. Donovan McNabb is he is a Hall of Famer, isn't he? Or he's like
in my book, if he's not already in my book, he is because
like with no rings, bro. Like that guy's been to. I think he's been to the NFC Championship twice. Pretty sure it's twice. But no Super Bowl. And you're just like, how does a guy like that? He was on Campbell's commercials before anybody was doing commercials all the time. I mean, nowadays everybody's on commercials, but he was on Campbell's commercials before you saw athletes everywhere. Yep. And this dude doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. Like, Come on, man. Andy Reid. Jeez. All right. That's my frustration.
It's gonna be a good week in football, though. I mean, I think across the board, NFL, college.
Who we got?
NFL, the Bills and the Seahawks. For some reason, a lot of people are taking the Bills. I think that the Seahawks will put up a milli on them.
What? No, okay. The Bills are one of those sneaky teams, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Seahawks are still better in that matchup. I don't think it's going to be a landslide. I think it's going to be maybe a touchdown. I could see that.
Seahawks are a 3-point favorite as of right now. So.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I don't see it being any more than a touchdown. Maybe 10. But it's going to be, dude. The Bills are one of those teams.
But the Bills are also one of those teams that might not score a touchdown.
Yeah, but
dude, they played the Jets and didn't score a single touchdown. They won off of like field goals.
Right. Okay, but a dub is a dub.
Okay, I get it, but you can't just kick field goals against Russell Wilson, Mr. MVP himself.
If you shut him down,
you're going to shut down DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett,
bro. Okay, you can put DK Metcalf. I think because he's still kind of inexperienced. You can shut him down in games like this for right now. Now, if we rehab this conversation in 2 years, no way possible. But if he stays on like the same that he's going,
they called him Baby Braun. That's what they call him.
If he stays how he's going, I don't think there's any way you're shutting that guy down. But I think right now you could still possibly mess with him enough and do schemes enough to like throw him off and eliminate him from the game and make him beat you with somebody else.
The other game I was looking at is the rematch of Breeze and Brady, Bucks and Saints rematch.
Okay.
This is AB's week 1.
Oh, he did get cleared?
Yeah, he was at practice on Wednesday.
Okay. I know he had like an unauthorized team workout.
Yeah. He also moved in with Brady.
Yeah, I saw that. Shannon Sharp kind of had something to say about that today.
Yeah.
Did you watch that at all?
No, I didn't.
I didn't watch it all either. I saw like his little tidbit that he said about it. I saw like the first minute of what he said. But I saw people killing him in the comments. They were like, basically they were saying that Shannon was making it a race issue when it shouldn't be a race issue.
What's the issue there?
Well, he was saying like he didn't feel – this is all I saw. I don't know the rest of this. This is only in the first like little minute that I watched. But he said that basically he thought – because Brady called him a friend. He was like, yeah, I'm just trying to help him out. He was like, he's a good friend of mine. And Shannon was like, basically, like, he's not a friend of yours. Like, you're just pretending. Like, just call it what it is. You're helping the guy out to make sure he stays on the team. But he didn't want to make it look like it was self-serving for AB to be there. So, like, he didn't want to make it seem like, yeah, I'm keeping this guy in line just so I can win another ring. So he was like, he was like, I get, you're trying to, hold the guy accountable. So, like, you're making sure he shows up to team things on time. And he's, in line, blah, 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 by letting him stay with you, but don't call him your friend. And he went on to say, like, he was like, I would just be interested in how many black friends Brady has outside of football. Oh. And this is the part that got kind of cringy. I was like, oh. He was like, because I see him with Edelman and Gronk at the Kentucky Derby. He said, but I don't see those. He said, but I don't see. He said, but I haven't seen Antonio Brown there. He was like, well, when he goes to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and he's doing, whatever with these guys, he was like, I don't see. So he's like, it's okay if you're just holding a guy responsible, but don't call him your friend if you're just to look good. So it was. I clicked off of it, I think, because I was like, that's a little too much of a deep dive right now, and I didn't really want to watch the full video.
Shannon went in.
Yeah, but it's worth watching. I think past that though, so I feel like it's gonna be too cringy though.
I could see that. That show makes no sense to me. Like, I like Shannon Sharp and I like his takes, but I can't do Skip.
Yeah, man. Okay, I think Skip makes some good points, but he
really.
Sometimes I see the angle that he's going for, but he just does it just to be argumentative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's like, I mean, yes, if you really felt that way, but I know you don't really feel that way. Like you're just making that up.
They're really. I feel like they're just trying to copy Stephen A. and Max Kellerman on ESPN.
Oh, well, I think they're trying to recopy what Stephen A. and Skip had.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all they're trying to do, and they just split it off because both of them wanted huge amounts of money, and they weren't going to give it to him there. So that's why. But Skip got the offer from Fox, and so that's why he went there. Now Stephen A. has like 6 shows.
He has so
genuine.
Many
yeah.
He has so many revenues.
He has his podcast. He has his radio. He has the YouTube segment. Then he has the show that he does in the morning. Then he has that afternoon show that he does. Like, what is that? 5 right there.
And then he also just reports live from games. Like he does.
If I'm not mistaken, I still think he writes like a sports article. If I'm not mistaken, like that dude just works, bro, all the time.
Facts. And he's definitely one of those people that like had to make a name for himself and did.
Oh yeah. I mean,
he definitely put in the work and put in the time for it.
He'll go down in history, bro. Like just as far as sports goes, like he will always be a name that'll be associated with like sports analytics and sports commentary for sure.
Easily.
Yeah.
And before I do know, switching from NFL to college, kind of a crazy week because Clemson plays Notre Dame, and they don't have Trevor Lawrence.
Ooh, but no, they got what's that guy? DJ oh man, Aggie Lately. Dude, I did a video on that dude and I was like, yo, he's actually like he can do something.
Bro,
and then massive. I saw him play that game this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so it wasn't just a high school thing. Yeah. It was this is real.
Yeah.
This is my man's putting up big time numbers. And then, oh man, I did a video on this guy too, that Brian Breesy, that DN that got that safety. Bro, if you go look up his highlights, he did that in high school. Just run through the end and he just puts his hands up, safety. Bro, he's got to have at least 6 safeties in that one highlight tape.
That's hilarious. You know, Dad film in there for that one play. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, so when I saw that, I was like, dang, bro, that dude looks familiar. I was like, that was a crazy play. Then I saw his jersey. I was like, they got 2 guys that can step up big freshman year. Like, they don't care about the stage. They're like, I'm here to play ball, and I can ball.
It's next man up there.
Yeah, dude, like, oh, my gosh. I think Clemson has to be favored this year to win the national championship. I don't even know if they're going to play one, but
I'd say it'd be Clemson and Ohio State. I would say
no, Ohio State can't. They can't put it together. I don't think they're going to put it together to win a natty. I wish that they would. For Justin Fields, I wish they would.
I think they take care of it. That offense can score.
Yeah, it can. But do you think they're even going to let them play in it?
I think if they're undefeated, yes. They can't have a single loss.
Well, I'm saying, do you think the Big Ten will allow it?
I think so. I think it'll bring too much revenue. It's too much revenue to turn down.
Will people be able to be there? Because what? Right now they're only letting in about 17,000 people.
But it'll be in Miami in January? I think they'll be fine. Let me tell you, I was in Miami like a month ago, and they don't care about anything.
But the NCAA gets to have say-so over like the stadiums, so they can say like, you can't let these people in.
Yeah, I mean, they already have fans at like random.
They're 20
Wednesday night MAC games and like.
Yeah, they're 20,000 right now. I mean 20%, and it's right around 18,000. Yeah, so for most colleges.
Because Clemson looks packed. They got everyone sitting. I guess COVID can't be passed vertically because like everyone sits like like 6 feet and then vertically again.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I think I would love to see that rematch again too of Ohio State and Clemson. Mm-hmm. I think because I do think Ohio State should have won last year. Like Justin Fields just that little pass at the end kind of.
They had that interception called back. That was definitely an interception.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then
like
Dobbins got hurt. J.K. Dobbins had like over 100 yards rushing the first half. Hurts his ankle.
Yeah.
So then like don't have him for the whole second half. And then Fields threw 2 picks. He had thrown 1 all season. He threw 2 in that game.
Mm-hmm. I just think I mean, sure, you could say that's good defense, but I think too, though,
a lot of things.
Yeah, a major part of that is though, like, I don't he messed up, long
Hmm.
and short.
Hmm.
So, I would love to see that again though, because those two dudes, I think both of them are going to the league for sure. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I don't know how you don't take that guy to the league. I think,
Bro, everyone's saying if the Jets get the first pick, I would not,
oh,
I
he
would
would
not,
have to be
I would come back. I'd come back for another season.
to college.
Bro, he's getting paid under the table by those donors.
I mean, yeah, buddy, but doggone, you can't make me go back to. First of all, I don't
Jets?
even like to do schoolwork. So I'm not coming back. Well, he probably doesn't even do his own
No.
schoolwork. I'm not coming back. I'm out of this bad boy.
Well, you have to go to the Jets though.
I'm taking it
You,
because you
you
know
have
what?
you're gonna have one contract. You're probably gonna die before that contract expires because you're gonna
No,
get
bro, just ball
destroyed.
out. Look, ball out. Get your agent to start talking with some teams. Say like, look, I want out this year.
Yeah,
Now
you have to pull
trade
Eli
for
Manning.
me.
You got to pull that Eli Manning and say like, "Hey, I'm not signing here. Like, you got to go somewhere
Oh,
else."
did he do that?
Basically, that was what happened with Eli Manning. He was going to go to the Chargers and
Oh
basically
yeah.
like, "I'm not going to the Chargers." Like, nope. They ended up at the Giants.
Where he won 2 Super Bowls. So it worked out.
His defense won him 2 Super Bowls, but yeah,
Yeah. That's still, well. I don't want to get sidetracked. Yes, I think Trevor Lawrence goes for sure. And Justin Fields, I want to say yes, he's done enough to
he's
go to the league,
he is.
but I don't know if he should do it another year in college. You
I
see what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
so.
Like just for development.
I think everyone right now is saying he goes to the Cowboys, and
Mm.
that right there, that's a big
But that could be. I mean, that's awful news. Awful news for me.
yeah.
But
I mean, but like that's also also awful news for Dak because Dak wants all
oh
this
no,
money.
Dak's out of there, bro.
Yeah, facts. But I was gonna say
Yeah.
because if they can get Justin Fields on a rookie contract and literally repeat the same process they just did with Dak,
Oh yeah. Look, Dak's gonna show up, and they're like, "Oh, who are you?"
yeah,
Uh, no, we got no Dak on this roster. Sorry, bro. It's oh yeah, for sure. If he comes through there, I mean, fortunate enough for Dak, um, he signed that that franchise tag.
but this year,
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, like that runs out. But I didn't know that how this worked until I was watching Andrew Schultz and that little other guy, I forget, Akash. But so like on that franchise tag, they can keep reapplying that,
mm-hmm.
but it goes off of the average of what's made around the league, and it goes up each year. And so I didn't never know that. So they said like if he would have played through this one, then the next one was going to be like 44 million, and then if they applied it again, it was going to be like 55. So they were like, you might as well have just given them the money.
Yep.
But I mean, now on their end, it looks like, hey, we made the right call.
Yeah.
You know?
Unfortunately, but
yeah, like man, I hate that for him too.
yeah.
Because have you heard his story at all?
What do you mean?
About like how his mother died like 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
And then he lost his brother like last year or something like that, and so he been going through like depression and all this kind of stuff, and he was just like starting to get himself back and like feeling healthy mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And then like now he was seeing like a therapist, and they were saying like, hey, just take that energy and put it into your game basically, and like that was his outlet. But now like that outlet is gone because he gets hurt on like a freak accident. I'm just like, dude, some people, I mean, from the outside looking in, you think people they've got it. You're like, dang, bro, you just made 31 mil. Like, you're the man. Everybody knows your name. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
And
meanwhile,
he was one of those players that was like big on like mental health and like
I mean, yeah,
like how important.
like,
Like I definitely think it's super important,
oh yeah,
but
same. Because I mean, dude, all that pressure of just, I mean, competing for your job. Then on top of that, losing a parent plus a brother, like, and then now you like, oh my man, it's some people like I said, it looks so good from the outside, but they're just constantly like fighting through stuff day after day after day. You just you never really know what people are going through.
exactly. And everyone thinks money can fix everything. Those
I almost had a joke.
millionaires playing
I,
football, they ain't got no worries.
yeah, I had a joke right there, but it's not appropriate. It's just as Dak. If it was anybody else, I probably would have went ahead with it. But
Yeah. I mean, I'll never forget Dak because that one spring break we went on at Panama City.
Why you bring this up?
And
this man's already suffering, bro.
Well, he was suffering big time when he got whacked.
I'm go ahead. You speak on it.
Nah, I mean, I'm never gonna forget the time I watched Dak get the shit beat out of him on spring break.
I didn't say it, Dak. I didn't say it, pal. Mr. Drake Allen did. Nah, dude, I was right.
He bounced back okay.
Yeah, I was right down from that. But I remember they posted him. They put that on Old Row?
Yeah, he was everywhere.
And it was like, oh, because he played at Mississippi State, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's Mississippi State quarterback gets jumped, and I think it was Club La Vila.
Yeah, and we were like right over there, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I looked and I was like, oh, that guy's getting worked, and then I was like, oh, that's Dak Prescott.
I wonder why he got beat up. Like, what happened?
Dude, so when he was at Mississippi State, Dan Mullen was the coach there, and they were number 1 in the nation. He got Mississippi State to number 1 in the nation. If I was Dak Prescott,
I don't even remember that.
If I was Dak Prescott, I would be talking.
Oh, facts. Yeah.
Like you already know, you're starting quarterback, Mississippi State, number 1 in the nation, like 6'4", whatever, however tall he is, about to go to the league. Like, no, you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who are you?
That is probably, if I had to guess, making an assumption, potentially.
That's what he said.
Why he got jumped. Because there's no telling what he was saying.
Got the beaters put on him. That's not funny, man. All right. Well, is there anything else you wanted to cover? Anything else you got on your mind?
We'll save it for the people for next week. Hope everyone has a good weekend. And just like we said last time, share, rate, review, subscribe, do it all.
Yeah. Stay motivated, stay driven, and whatever you do, whatever your thing is. And thank you all for supporting us and hanging out with us for a little while.
Absolutely. Till next time.
Yeah, till next time.